Hello everyone and welcome to European piano tutorials for beginners. In this video we will be learning our entertainer second line with separate hands. So this is part 2 of the entertainer for very beginners, and this is like an easy version to just have fun with it, to play around and just have a nice piece in your fingers to play after you've completed all the sections of this piece. So today we're only doing second line with separate hands. We're starting with left hand, so left goes on C with fifth finger, then 3 and 1 on E and G, and we play it all staccato, so 5 on C in left, then 3 and 1 on E and G together. So you play that a few times like that, and then after that you play 4 on E, 2 on B flat, 1 on C, and then you play first 4 on E, and then you prepare 2 on B flat, 1 on C, and then you play together B flat and C. And then you do that together a few times, E and then B flat C, like that, with 4 on E, 2, 1 on B flat C, remember? Then we go back and join from C, then there, see, do first bar like that, then we stop on second bar on F as well, so we go again back to C, then E and G, then 4 on E, 2, 1 on B flat C, then 4 on F there, then you repeat that few times. That's like a first bar there, see, and repeat it until you get it right. Next bar, then we go 4 on F, then 2 on A and C there. You can just follow my fingers there, so 2 on A, 1 on C, and play them together. It's like when you do staccato, you kind of want to pluck the keys a little bit, like you take them with fingertips like that, and then you use a bit more weight as well. It's together, like you press your weight. It's like, imagine when you do staccato, it's like you on the trampoline, sort of. You play the keys down, but then imagine they push you back up. Then you immediately relax and you slightly take them by the fingertips. See, like your fourth takes F with fourth, and then you jump up a bit, then 2 and 1. See, they take it but immediately jumping up. So you go with your weight in, and as you play, you feel how the hand bounces up, but also you combine it with a little bit of active tips. Then you get really good touch, really good control of the keys. So you go 4 on F, 2 on A and C, and then 1 on C as well. And you practice that a few times. That's the beginning of second bar. Then we go 5 on E, and then 3 on G, 1 on C together. There, and you play that few times. So 5 on E, 3 on G and C. 3 and 1 on G and C there. And you play that together. It's like a first inversion of C major there we've got. And then we do second bar again from first on F, what we did, then 2, 1 on A and C, then 5 on E, then 3 and 1 on C and G, and you play that second bar a few times, and then you stop on 4 on next G from next bar there, so then you just stop there. Then again we go from F and repeat that, see, and then you play G there. So then again you repeat it a few times until you're really confident with that bar. So again 4 on F, 2, 1 on A and C, then 5 on E, 3, 1 on G and C, and then 4 on G at the end. There, so that's the second bar. Then we go back and join 2 bars together. So you always build by bars. I find it's the best way to learn, and every bar you learn by like a little section. See what we did? So now we're on second bar. Now we're going to do first and second bars together. We go from C, what we did there, 4 there on E, then we again 4 on F, then 5 on E, and then 4 on G on bar 3. So then again, you repeat that few times, see? Then 4 on F, then 5 on E, and then 3, 1 on C, and then G and C there, sorry, and then 4 on G on bar 3. So bar 3, now we do by the little sections as well. So go 4 on G, then 2, 1 on C and E there. So 4 on G, 2 and 1 on C and E. Then again do a few times, always 4 on G, and then 3 on G, 2 on B, and then 1 on C. See, that's the end of second bar. So you go 3 on G, 2 on B, then 1 on C. See, and then we go whole second bar, third bar. So we go G4, then 2, 1 on C and D, then 3 on G, 2 on B, then 1 on C there, and repeat it a few times. Like that until you are fluent. And then 1 on C, and again repeat slowly. And then we will just add next notes. We go C1, 2 on G, and 5 on low C. Again, C with 1, 2 on G, 5 on low C, and then that's the fourth bar. So we'll just add it because it's a very little section, so it's better to add it at once there. So then you play C, G, and C at the bottom with 1, 2, and 5 your fingers. And then next line we'll start with 5 on C again, so we'll just play it so we know how to start it. Now we're going to do last 2 bars of the second line again from that G with fourth where we did before, and then 3 on G, 2 on B, then 1, 2, and 5. Then again together, see, same way. Until you can play it like that, those 2 bars only. Now, after you've done those 2 bars, you can repeat them a few more times. You can go much slower again, just, you know, go back in the video and repeat it until you can master every little section. And then we go all the line from the beginning, so 5 on C, 3, 1 on E and G, then 4 on E, 2, 1 on B flat C. And notice how you always need to prepare your fingers on the keys before. That's very, very important. And then you play them only after you know the fingers are there. So then again, so 5 on C, 3, 1 on E and G, then 4 on E, 2, 1 on B flat and C there, prepared, then 4 on F, you prepare in advance, then 2, 1 on A and C, then 5 on E, see, then 3, 1 on G and C, then you go 4 on G, then 2, 1 on C and E, then 3 on G, 2 on B, then you go 1 on C, 2 on G, then 5 on C at the end, and then you play next C from the next line. You finish there like that, then you do all of it again. I'll just do without saying notes and fingers now, just how it should be in the end before you're ready to proceed to your right hand. So you go slowly like that, see, always prepared, then you go there, then you go third bar, and again you play it a couple of times. Always thinking forward and preparing in advance. And then you play next line C as well, so you connect the lines together. So this will be all with your left hand. Then after you've done that and you can play consistently without mistakes through your left hand, now after we've done the left hand, we're going to do our right hand. So we will start from the end of the first line, the last 2 notes of the first line, from D with finger 1 just above the middle C, then D sharp with finger 2, then E with 1, then 5 on C, and you wait a bit on C, and then again 1 on D, 2 on D sharp, 1 on E, then 5 on C above. See, and you always prepare the fingers, then you do that few times like that. See, then you repeat E and C again and again. See, so it's very easy. You do D, D sharp, then E, C, then E, C again, and E, C again. And see how I roll my hand around a bit? So you play, you can rotate your wrist a bit. You play with a bit more finger action, but also you help with your weight of your arm always, and then with some movements of the arm. So if you go left to right, like if you want to go fast later, you can just shake your hand and fingers. If they resist a bit that shake, they will play the note. So you can implement that already in this kind of shape of this melody. So you go a little bit rotate to the left on E and then to the right on the B, and at the same time you take a little bit with the fingers and use a bit more like weight going down from your arm, and then it makes it very easy, very comfortable for fingers to play. So again we go 1 on D, 2 on D sharp, then E with 1 again, 5 on C, then 1 on E, 5 on C, then 1 on E, then 5 on C. Then you wait on that C a bit longer, later we will count it. Then after that we go 1 on C where we had just then our pinky, then we replace that pinky with 1 and we play C with 1, then 2 with D, D with 2, so 1 on C, 2 on D, 3 on D sharp, then 4 on E. So you see how you go from C to E, but you add D sharp after D. Just notice little differences. You basically need to remember you're going from C to E, but in the middle you add, after D you add D sharp, so you have the endings, okay, of the melody. That's how you can kind of catch the differences quickly where the melody goes and then remember it quicker. So always focus what you need to always focus on what you need to play next. So you go from C to E again, like that. So C with 1, D with 2, then D sharp with 3, then 4 on E, and you play that few times like that. So C, D, D sharp and E with 1, 2, 3, 4, and play that few times, see, like that, until you're confident. After that you play 1, 2, 3 on C, D, E. See, you go like that. So first you play C, D, D sharp, E, and then C, D, E with 1, 2, 3. So first you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. The second time you just don't play D sharp between D and E. That's easy that way to remember as well. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3. Then wait a bit, and then at the end you go 1, 3 on B and D. See, at the end 1, 3, and then 2 on C. So I'm just showing those little figures. So you go at the end B, then D, and then 2 in the end on the C. Then we join the second half of the line like that, from that C again with D sharp in the middle. So C, D, D sharp, E, then C, D, E, and then B, D, and then 2 in the end. See, that's very simple. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 3, then 2 with fingers. So again, C, D, D sharp, E, then C, D, E, then 1, 3, then 2, then wait a bit, and then we will join it to the next line as well a bit. So we go again D, D sharp, then E and C, and stop there for now. So this will be just the beginning of our third line. So always when you learn, you need to be strict. First you play the piece, when you learn for the first time, first you can play through the piece a little bit with your music if you familiar how to sight read already quick. If not, you still read your notes. It's very important. So I'm showing it all from hands, like from the explaining the fingers and notes, so you can pick it up quicker. Maybe it's more fun for you to learn it, but you need to know how to read your notes. I highly recommend you every day learn your cards and know how to read your music as well, because playing from hands is good just for fun. Sometimes it's quicker way, but it's very good to also learn with notes, and it's even much better. So okay, so now we're going back to the beginning of the line, doing all right hand from D, D sharp, then E, C, E, C, then E and C, and then C, D, D sharp, E, C, D, E, then B, D, and then C. Then wait a bit, and then again D, D sharp, E, C, like that. And then you just repeat that few times until you're confident with your fluency and consistency. Always make sure you're prepared on next notes. I always say that's very important. Always be prepared on next notes before you play them, and always relax after you play every note. So now to count it correctly, you also need to remember the values. I'll show you very a quick, simple way to count. So wherever you have crotchets, you just count till 2. So we'll count by the amounts of quavers in each value. So by the amounts of quavers in each value. So if it's a crotchet, it will be 2 quavers, for example. If it's a minim, it's 4 quavers. If it's minim with 2 tight if it's a minim with 2 tight quavers on each side, which we have at the beginning of our second bar, it will be 6 quavers. Okay, so that will go like that. You play even, then you go to C, then 1, 2, then 1, 2. So you wait, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you play same tempo. Then 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2. So this is very easy way to count. You learn this first. It's best way to know how to count with different ways. Like this one is a very like a quick way, quick easy fix. You don't have to think about 1 and 2 and 3 and don't need to think which beats they are, so just know you have to wait longer on a longer value. So this way of counting helps for that. Sometimes, you know, students struggle to remember which beats are there. They're like 1, 2 or 3, so we use this way. It's like the first way to just make sure that students, or you know, they remember that you have to wait for 2 quavers on each crochet, for 4 quavers on each minim, or for 6 quavers on each dotted minim, and so on. So this is first way. Do it again. So sometimes you even can say ones on the quaver, so that will be like that. So 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 2, then 1 1 2 3 4 5 6, then 1 1 1 1 1 1, then 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6, then 1 1 1 1 2. That will be the end. Okay, so first you learn to count like that, then also learn to count with actual counts like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so you know your rhythm well. So that will be like that. I'll just say the names of the counts. Like 4 is, for example, beginning of the beat 4 in every bar, and is the half of beat 4 after the first beat. So we go 1, like 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. That way you stop on the beginning of the second line. Now I'll do it again once more with this with the counting numbers of the beats. So 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 4 and 1. Okay, so then play it with counting like this until you're very familiar and you remember your counts well. Okay, so I suggest you learn how to count both ways. Second way, it may be a bit more difficult for you at first, but learn both ways. That'll help you. It's very important to know how to count both ways, so you know how to, you know, add the values of quavers in every note. If the shortest note in the piece is a quaver, so we usually count as one, like we take one beat as a quaver. So usually with the method of counting by quaver values in each note is to think that your shortest note here in this piece is quaver. So you can take the shortest beat as one count, and then you just fill the longer, you know, notes like crochet will have 2 counts with the amount of the shortest beat, if it makes sense. So that's one way. Then second way, after you know how to count by that way with, you know, counting by quavers, then you go to more like different, like more advanced way of counting, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's also important. So it's very important to know how to count those both ways. So yes, please learn this left hand and right hand like this until you can play them without mistakes, and then you can be ready to go to the next video where we will be joining our both hands of the second line of the entertainers. So just do it every single day for maybe a few days and see how fast you can master. The more you repeat, the more often you do it, the faster you will master. And then do not skip to next video until you know this one's already mastered, so you know how to play consistently without mistakes separate hands, then you're ready for the next one. So this will be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.